Did you know the secret to driving and slicing the ball is all in your hips? It's true. The swing is all about the perfect fusion of hips, force, and swing. And don't worry, you're not going to be playing Arnold Palmer or Johnny Miller, but you can still pick up some tips from their swings. So get ready to master the secrets to having a classic swing. First, let's talk about Ben Hogan's groundbreaking swing. The Ben Hogan golf swing is one of the most copied swings in history. This is because it has a very simple motion that can be learned easily but also produces results. The key to producing consistent results with this swing is keeping your swing in one plane of motion. This means that your upper body rotates on the same path throughout your backswing and downswing. You'll also see no dramatic changes in direction when you can go from your backswing into your downswing. Everything happens very smoothly without the jerky movements or pauses between motions. He had one of the smoothest swings in history, probably due to how well he hit his shots from the fairway or roughs. Most players tend to hit their shots more consistently from those areas because they don't have any obstacles to deal with when making contact with their ball. No trees, sand traps, etc. His key to consistent distance was his grip. It was very tight, which gave him control over where the club head would go after making an impact with the ball. To set up properly, place your hands on the handle as if you'd hit a left-handed forehand in tennis. Keep your right thumb under the shaft. This will give you proper weighting and balance throughout your swing. Your right hand should be slightly above your left hand, but not too high, as this will make it difficult for you to swing freely through impact with the ball. Keep your hands close together so that they feel like one unit rather than two separate parts. And there, you have the perfect Hogan swing. Next, we have Arnold Palmer, known as the king of the most unique and iconic swing. The first thing you need to know is that Palmer has a very unique grip on the golf club. He holds it with his right hand over his left thumb knuckle, which puts him in a position to generate more club head speed than most players. Palmer's swing plane is also very flat. Instead of coming down on plane and then falling off plane at impact, like many amateur golfers do, Palmer keeps his plane relatively flat throughout the entire swing and hits down into the ball with an open club face. Note, a closed club face means that your hands are going to be closed at impact. The key to his swing is his posture at address. He stands with his weight tilted slightly forward from his heels so that he appears to be leaning over his left foot. This allows him to get into a more aggressive position at impact when he starts his downswing with a slight flick of the hips. He swings with an open club face and keeps it closed throughout impact with a very flat left wrist at impact. This creates a lot of spin on the ball and sends it flying off in different directions than many other players would expect from such a simple looking swing. Now onto the Johnny Miller swing. Artistry on a grand scale. One of the first things that jumps out at you when watching Johnny Miller play is how far he can move his right leg back on his downswing while keeping his head still and facing almost straight forwardly. This allows him to maintain balance throughout his swing, which helps explain why he can generate so much power with relatively low effort or strain on his body. He swings a golf club with a smooth, easy motion that is almost effortless. Miller has an upright swing and little body movement during his swing. His arms and wrists are loose and relaxed, with his hands held high on the grip of the club during the backswing. After that, he makes a smooth transition from backswing to downswing by dropping his hands and rolling through the ball smoothly with minimal effort. Miller uses a short backswing, taking only 3 or 4 steps from address to impact, instead of 5 or 6 like many other top players do today. His short backswing allows him to get into position quickly, so he can hit shots within 1 second after setting up behind the ball at address. Up next, swing like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has been called the greatest golfer of all time, with 14 major championship wins, 79 PGA Tour wins, and 14 World Golf Championships. He has more than $1 billion in career earnings and a long list of records to his name. But how does he swing the golf club? Woods' swing is a combination of finesse and power. It's a fluid motion that makes it look easy for him to hit the ball 300 yards or more. Take your grip with both hands on top of the club, with your left hand positioned at the bottom of the grip. Set up with your feet shoulder width apart, knees bent, and turn turned out slightly. Your weight should be on your back foot, with your shoulders facing directly ahead at the address. Lean forward slightly at the address, as if you are about to start running to create some tension in your legs before making contact with the ball. This will help generate power when you swing down on it during actual play. Swing through impact by rotating your hips and shoulders toward the target, while keeping your head still so that you maintain proper balance throughout your swing path and follow-through phase once contact is made with the ball during actual play. Keep your arms straight during this phase as well to generate maximum force. As Tiger's left arm moves back, he rotates his hips forward so that he can shift his weight onto his front door as he prepares to start the downswing movement. This allows him to use his entire body to generate power as well as provide stability throughout his entire swing motion. As his downswing begins, it becomes very important that he keeps his shoulder parallel to each other and maintains a square club face throughout the phase of the swing motion. As all of his approaches impact with the ball, it'll be directly in line with his left shoulder so that all of his body weight is on his front foot while he delivers a powerful strike into impact with the ball. He stands with his weight on his left foot and his right foot slightly behind him. His knees are bent slightly and his upper body is tilted forward. The arms hang down at about waist level, with his hands holding the club about shoulder width apart. While standing in place, Woods takes a swing with his driver, not stepping back. His hips rotate as he swings throughout impact with the ball, which happens when the club passes through the ball on its way into the air after impacting with the ground. He uses this same motion every time he takes a swing with any club in his bag, even if it's just a putt or chip shot around the green. No wonder he's so consistent. And now for Jack Nicklaus, a master of fluid and effortless swing. His swing has been analyzed by golf pros and amateurs alike. Many have tried to copy it or at least use it as a template for their own swings. Nicklaus recommends practicing more than you play, which means hitting balls at home or at the range before and after work or on weekends. Practice hitting shots into specific targets so that you can learn what works best under certain conditions, such as windy days. Also, try to practice with different clubs so that you can become comfortable with each one and learn which ones fit you best and which ones don't work as well for you. One thing you'll notice about his swing is that he keeps his head down throughout the entire swing. This helps him keep his head still so that he can see where his ball lands after each shot. Keeping your head down also helps prevent injuries caused by jerky movements or unnecessary movements while you're playing golf. Finally, we have Bobby Jones, a legend who created a low-key, rhythmic style of swing. Bobby Jones's swing is one of the most studied in golf history. It's an enigma in that it's so simple and yet so effective. He studied the history and mechanics of golf's top players and one day decided to analyze his own swing, which he did by viewing it in a mirror. He's the perfect example of how a golfer can use his own body to create power by transferring weight from his right side to his left side. It also shows how he can control the trajectory of his shots by keeping his head behind the ball at impact. The key to his swing can be found in several areas: posture at address, hip turn through impact, keeping his head behind the ball at impact, keeping his arms together throughout the swing, and creating lag with his hands. Jones was known as a great ball striker, but he wasn't known for being long off the tee or overpowering players with distance. His ability to control a shot, know where it was going and how far it'd fly, was uncanny. Time for us to sign off. Think you've learned from this video? Tell us below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.